Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Mike. Today I'm going to be showing you how to put more power in your kicks. So to kick with more power, there's two things that you got to think about. That's generating the power and delivering the power. So typically when you generate power, it's coming from the twisting of your hips. You have your back hip loaded up and you're twisting that hip forward. So depending on how hard you can throw that hip is how hard that roundhouse kick's gonna go. So this would be me just planted and throwing that roundhouse kick, twisting at the hip. So by just twisting and throwing your hip into it, you can only generate so much power. So another way to add something into that is by putting a 45-degree step into the kick. So instead of just twisting, you're gonna be taking a step while twisting. So you don't want to take the step and then twist on the foot. It's all one motion. So I'm stepping out 45 degrees and that hip's going to follow through. So it's going to look something like this. I'm stepping out and I'm pushing off that toe, and while I'm using that momentum, I'm throwing the hip. So it's like a whip. I'm stepping and twisting. So now I'll show you on the bag. So I'll show you with just the twisting at the hip first. So I'm planted here. So it still hits hard, but by stepping into it, you're going to be putting all your body weight into it, plus you're going to have however hard you can push off that back leg. So you're not just taking a step, you're going to be essentially exploding forward. So as hard as you can push off and turn your hip over, that's how much you're going to be able to generate. Putting the step into the kick not only helps generate power, but it also helps put you in the proper position for delivering the power. So if I'm squared off with the bag and I throw my kick, when it connects, even though it connected, my power was actually over here. So it's still going to hit him, but if I want all of my power going into him, I need to actually step over here because my power is here. I'm hitting, but I want it to actually connect over here. So putting this step into it's going to put me in the right position for my power to go through it. So this is me planted. I throw the kick, throw it again. Now this is the kick if I put that step into it. It's going to put my power into it as well as generating the power through the push. So you can see there's a lot more power into that because I'm adding that power from the step into it. So that's a big thing when you're trying to generate the power. Now I'm going to talk about delivering the power. So you've generated as much power as you can through stepping and throwing the hip into it. Now the way that you hit the bag is going to make a huge difference on whether that power you generated, whether all of it goes into it, or if you hit it on a weird angle, you're going to maybe only half of the power, or 30% of the power is going to go into it. So as an example, there's the bag here. So the bag is perfectly straight. So when we go to hit it, we want the power moving horizontally into it. So this is the way you want your force moving. Now, if we threw the kick and we didn't have it coming straight across, so if my kick was moving on an angle going up, it's gonna, no matter how hard I throw that, my kick is gonna be essentially sliding. It's still gonna hit it, but it's also gonna slide up the bag, essentially. So something like this. So I'm kicking, and I'm over exaggerating, but that's actually what's happening to the force as it's moving in that direction. I'm hitting it, and it's not going to do much because a very small percentage of my force is moving into it. So instead of my foot coming up like that, what I need to do is get my hips so that I'm turned like this. So not like this. I need to be like this. Horizontal, legs horizontal to the bag. So if someone was standing straight up like the bag with their legs straight and you were going to kick them in the leg, the body, you want to be coming across with it because that's your target. Your target is a straight line. But if someone's in their stance like this, if you're kicking them in the body, that's fine to still come across. But you need to find the right angle if it's something else. So if you're going for a leg kick and their legs are bent, now their leg is like this. So instead of hitting it straight on, horizontally, like the bag, or them standing straight up, now their leg's like this. So now you're going to want to change the angle of your kick to come down so it meets it like this. If they, depending on the angle, you're going to have to change the angle that you chop in on that target with. I'll show you again on the bag a few times. So the bag's straight up and down. I want to meet it like this. So here's planted. Now I'll put the step into it. Thanks for checking out this episode of Windsor Fight and Fitness, and we got lots of good stuff coming, so hope to see everyone back. Keep training.